Welcome to a quick introduction to the online pre-selection of the IF Design Award. This video will introduce you to the general process, the different types of jury members, and their responsibilities. You will find this video as well as more detailed information on how to judge in the help section of the IF Jurytool. First, let's take a look at the general process of the pre-selection. The IF online pre-selection will last 4 days. After these 4 days, all the entries should have been fully judged by all jurors. The top 50% of the entries will then qualify for the final jury. We reserve the Friday of the pre-selection week should there be anything to discuss or any problems which need to be solved. On this day, you should be generally available for a quick call or a short meeting. All in all, there are 128 jurors from 21 countries who will need to judge roughly 10,000 entries. Jurors will use the custom-made IF online jury tool to score each entry. All the entries have been divided into 40 different groups, each group with different entries from specific categories of the IF Design Award. This year, all groups will also include professional concepts from the relevant industry of the group. Please make sure to evaluate concepts in a separate evaluation step. The jury tool, which we will introduce to you later, will enable you to filter and separate the concepts from the other entries. Each group has one juror as the group leader and 2 regular jurors as regular members. In addition to the jurors in each group, we have a total of 8 chairpersons. Each group and each chairperson has a member of the IF team to assist. Some more details on the different types of jurors and their responsibilities. The regular jurors judge all entries in their group. If they are involved in an entry, they will have to hand over the judging for that entry to the chairperson by marking the entry in the jury tool accordingly. Regular jurors can mark entries to be discussed by the group later on. Then we have jury group leaders. They also judge all entries. If they are involved in an entry, they will have to pass on the judging to the chairperson. And they can mark entries for discussion just like the regular jurors. But they will moderate the group discussion, and in addition, they're responsible for ensuring consistent judging within their group. Now, what does consistent mean? We need to make sure that jurors and the jury groups all judge with the same standards, because in the end, all entries are ranked against each other. So if individual jurors or groups judge harder or more generously than others, we will have to be sure this is based only on the different design quality of the entries and not just because jurors misunderstand the meaning of the scores. In the first meeting of your group, all jurors of the group will evaluate the same 5 to 10 entries. And after this evaluation, the group can share their experience and discuss general evaluation standards. If you are a group leader, do not worry, we will show you how to do this, and you will find tools to identify this, and we will assist you. Jury chairpersons do not judge all the entries. They only judge entries which cannot be judged by jurors because those are involved. They are responsible for ensuring consistent judging among groups. So the chairperson will do for multiple groups what the group leader does within the group. If you're not sure which role you have in your group or what that means, don't worry. You can always ask your IF group assistant, and you will also find a summary in your invitation PDF. Now let's take a more detailed look on the different steps of the jury process. The first 2 days of judging, Monday and Tuesday, are reserved for individual judging. You will have to evaluate each entry in your group by setting a score in the IF Jurytool. Each entry is presented there with basic information, pictures, text, and most of the times with additional material like links, PDFs, and videos, all provided by the participants. You will have to give scores from 0 to 100 points for 5 different criteria each. The criteria are the same for each discipline. Each entry can receive a maximum of 500 points. Last year, the minimum score an entry needed to qualify for the IF final jury was 263 points. If you feel you cannot make a neutral judgment on an entry, you can pass the evaluation of the entry to the chairperson directly in the IF Jurytool, who will then judge this entry. In the pre-selection, you can evaluate entries anytime you like. All the scores and changes are saved, so you can take a break at any time and come back later. But please do not underestimate the challenge and the time you will need. We strongly advise you to begin judging as soon as you can get a feel for your individual speed of judging and the time you will need. By the end of Tuesday, all entries will have to be judged by all jurors. When the individual judging in one group is done, we will switch this group into discussion mode. All members of the group will then see the scores of the other jurors. As I said earlier, entries can be marked for discussion in the tool by members of the group. In addition to this, an algorithm in the IF Online Jurytool will automatically mark entries with so-called score alerts in 2 cases. One, if there's a difference of 100 points between the highest and the lowest score. Or if an entry would be well qualified within the score or with the scores of 2 jurors, but the score of 1 juror kicks the entry out. The entries marked for discussion and entries with a score alert should be discussed by the group. You can then adjust your scoring of an entry during the discussion directly in the tool if you feel this is appropriate. Scoring does not necessarily have to be adjusted. If the discussion did not change your opinion on the entry, this is totally fine. By the end of Thursday, all entries in each group should have been scored and all entries marked for discussion should have been discussed. In past juries, some of the jurors asked for support in evaluating sustainability. This is one of the reasons why we will offer one sustainability advisory hour each day from Monday to Wednesday. A group of sustainability experts will be online for 1 hour to answer questions, focusing on the sustainability of individual entries to the best of their knowledge. In addition, you can always write to sustainability@ifdesign.com if you have any questions on the sustainability of individual entries. As part of the jury, we will also have one optional forum meeting per day. These will be 1 hour each, in which IF will be online. So you can just stop by anytime in that hour, ask questions, discuss with other jurors, and pass on your comments. You will find the dates, times, and links to the sustainability advisory hours, as well as the open forums in the help section of the tool, or you can ask someone from IF to forward you the links to these meetings. So this is it. I hope you will enjoy the IF Online pre-selection. You will get your individual link to the tool very soon. You can then check out the tool, get an overview of all the entries, and even begin judging. Please try to judge at least one entry before the weekend so we can see that everything and everyone is working. Do not finish judging all the entries on the weekend already, because if there, for example, is a misunderstanding of the tool or the level of scoring, you might have to go back and re-evaluate all of your scores. IF is, of course, available for your comments and questions anytime. Take care and have fun judging. Thank you for your attention.